The moment you stop chasing, stop explaining, and stop reacting, something changes that they never expected. It doesn't always happen overnight, and you may never witness it directly, but the silence they once believed they could control can become the very thing they cannot escape. And that's where today's story begins. When you walk away from a deeply unhealthy relationship, it's easy to believe the other person has already moved on. They seem happy, confident, and surrounded by new attention. You start questioning whether you ever mattered at all. But appearances rarely reveal the whole story. Sometimes what looks like confidence is simply an attempt to avoid uncomfortable emotions. Many people with strong narcissistic traits don't immediately face the emotional impact of losing someone. Instead, they rush to replace the connection, seeking fresh attention and validation. On the surface, everything appears fine. They stay active, post cheerful moments, or quickly enter another relationship. But genuine healing doesn't need an audience. Constantly proving you're okay is often very different from actually feeling okay. For a while, the excitement of someone new can create the illusion that nothing has changed. Yet novelty eventually fades. Every relationship settles into normal routines, where mutual respect, patience, and emotional maturity matter far more than constant excitement. When that happens, the emotional boost they expected may no longer satisfy the deeper need for constant reassurance. That's often when frustration quietly grows. Instead of looking inward, they may blame the new relationship, search for more excitement, or look for someone else to fill the emotional gap. The real issue isn't necessarily the new person. It's the expectation that another individual should constantly provide a sense of worth that ultimately has to come from within. The biggest shift happens when they realize they can no longer reach you emotionally. Maybe they send a message, revisit old memories, or look for signs that you'll respond. But if you've chosen healthy distance and no longer participate in the same emotional cycle, something changes. Silence offers no argument, no conflict, and no emotional fuel. It simply closes the door to the old pattern. That silence isn't about revenge. It's about choosing peace. You're no longer measuring your value by whether they notice you. You're investing that energy back into your own life. And when someone can no longer predict your reactions or influence your emotions, they lose the control they once believed they had. As time passes, chasing temporary validation becomes less effective. Old habits may return. Emotional instability can become more noticeable. The image of perfect control becomes harder to maintain. None of this happens because you wished harm on anyone. It happens because avoiding personal growth eventually catches up with every person, regardless of who they are. The deepest realization isn't always losing the relationship. It's recognizing they no longer occupy the center of your world. You stopped explaining. You stopped proving yourself. You stopped carrying the emotional weight of a cycle that never truly served you. And in doing so, you reclaimed something far more valuable than their attention. You reclaimed your own peace. That's the real lesson. Your goal was never to make someone else fall apart. Your goal was to become whole again. Whether they change or remain the same is their journey. Your responsibility is protecting your well-being, rebuilding your confidence, and creating a future where your happiness no longer depends on someone else's approval. When you finally understand that, you stop watching to see if they've changed. You start noticing how much you've changed, and that's the moment your life truly begins moving forward. If this message helped you see your journey from a new perspective, give this video a like, subscribe to TF, and stay with us for more insights that help you protect your peace and strengthen your mindset. Until next time, keep choosing yourself. This video is for educational and self-growth purposes only. Every relationship is unique, and the ideas shared here encourage healthy reflection, emotional awareness, and respectful personal boundaries.